Hello, love. So happy to be here with you. And today we're going to talk about Feng Shui. And I just wanted to first of all start with like our true home is here, right? Like our soul, our spirit, our heart. And, our physical body houses our soul, right? But our home that we live in, what we call home, houses our physical body, our temple, our soul, our spirit. So that's why it's so vitally important that our home is supporting us on all levels, a holistic mind, body, spirit. So I'd love to just take a moment, and I'm going to invite everyone just to float your hands up to your heart center. And at this beautiful time, as we're going towards the winter solstice, I'd love us just to close our eyes. And as we close our eyes, we bring our awareness inwards, right? That's what this time of year is really inviting us to do, to come in and just, every day to listen to ourselves, our soul, our heart. This time of year is about hibernation and going inwards and listening, just really, really listening to the guidance that we're receiving and that which we're ready to leave behind from this year and that we want to step into in this new year. So I'm just going to invite everyone to take a beautiful, big, deep inhale to welcome yourself. And just drawing your breath all the way up to the crown of your head and just holding your breath for a moment. And then whenever you're ready, just exhale and releasing. The nice exhale. And I'm going to invite you to do a couple of rounds of those if that feels good. And I'm just going to invite you as well to welcome yourself here today. Body, mind, spirit. And just giving deep gratitude to your home, as in your soul and your spirit. And let's offer gratitude to our bodies that so beautifully work for us. Our heart beats just as it needs to. Our breath flows as it needs to. Our ability to touch and see and hear and all that our body does, to taste. And so to really acknowledge and give gratitude. But then I'm going to invite us to honor and give gratitude to our homes, our beautiful homes, right? And let's just take a moment to offer gratitude to our homes that protect us from the rain and the wind and just all that brings, right? Our home provides us with this beautiful retreat, this sanctuary, this sacred space. And then together, let's give gratitude and thanks to the land that our home sits upon. Just taking a moment to connect with the earth and just feel your energy going down to the earth and giving her deep thanks. And to whatever grows on the land around you. And it can be expanding out into your neighborhood and your community, giving thanks to the trees. Perhaps there's forestry or a mountain, or just giving thanks to, if you live, in a city, the trees that grow through in the city. You're just giving deep thanks and connecting with the land that you live upon. And just tuning into its vibration and the vibration of your home. And giving deep thanks. So let's take another deep inhale and exhale. So it's beautiful to be here with you. And I just want to go over some simple practices and things that you can implement, you can take away and implement. And some of them you might probably already doing and you've heard from me before. So it may be remembering, or yes, I know this, but thank you for the reminder. Or there may be an awakening. And the first thing I'd like to say is our home is really a reflection of how we're feeling internally, so it's really important that our home is in a vibration that is in alignment with who we are, but also where we want to go. Because a lot of the time our home can represent our past, and that tends to hold us back, and that tends to be a weight on our shoulders. And, I've been practicing and learning, and I'm a lifetime student of, of understanding sacred spaces and connecting with the land and spirituality. But, I really kind of like to walk my talk with creating the sacred space and in my home. But for me, it's like a reminder as well. Like I just spent the weekend before last, literally spending the whole weekend where bags and bags of clothes and everything went out. And there was even like a couple of pairs of boots, like really special boots that were gifted to me, but I had not worn them in years. And I'd even moved once and taken them with me. And so it was really a kind of a letting go of a certain period of my life, letting go of these boots. And I actually shed tears because it wasn't per se about the boots, because I was like, okay, do you even like these boots? No. Are they even comfortable? No, right? But there was like a symbology of something I was letting go of. And it felt so free and so liberating. But it was really funny because someone that was going to the recycling, and I was like, okay, I'd like to make sure these go to the right place. And the person that I passed them on to grieved, was like, oh, are you sure? Are you? And I was like I was already at peace with it. So it's really interesting. And, I would think I'm pretty much like, I like to stay on top of it, but there was so much in these dark little corners that I was holding on to, as far as and lots of other things left my space. And it was a very, and I'm sharing this personally, it was a very emotional experience because there was a lot of letting go with stuff that I was releasing and clearing. And some of it got burnt because that just felt, I mean, I like to live as closely with the land and the environment and as gently and sustainable. So as much as I can recycle, I'll recycle. As much as I can gift to the right places, I'll give. And then some stuff is more, it's like some papers that need to be released. So I burnt them, and that was very ceremonial for me, like just the releasing of and watching it turn back into ashes and then offering it back to the land as ashes. So it's a very spiritual experience. And I mean, everything in our lives can be, once we do it with mindfulness and we do it with that consciousness. And so when it comes to clearing clutter, you want to be ready. And you don't want to do anything that you clear out of anger or frustration, or it's really going to be this conscious, compassionate, loving journey that you want to do. So that's one major one. And I think I've never taught a Feng Shui class where I haven't talked about clutter and letting go. And clutter means anything you don't need, use, or love, right? So I'm just using these boots as my analogy. Did I use them? No. Did I need, use, or love? Did I use them or did I need them? Definitely not. And did I love them? I think I loved something from the past that they represented for me. But when I let go of them, I realized how it was really just a weight. It already was a clutter in my closet. And it felt so expansive. And it felt like, wow, I'm making space for something new in my life. So I just want to share that little personal story of how powerful and liberating, and also when you clear stuff out, how much more energy you have when you do that. So when we talk about health and wellness, like, oh my gosh, like I just feel like I want to go for a run, I want to dance, I want to move. And you don't realize when you're holding on to all this stuff, what it really is kind of representing, and the weight that it's causing, or how it's, weighing you down. So that would be, I think, one of the biggest ones when it comes to health and wellness. I think the second one is everything in our environment is a reflection, right? So, and I talk about this one a lot as well, but having everything in good working order. The front door is where all this beautiful chi and energy comes in, all this prana, all this life force, right? And if your front door key doesn't work and like the doorbell doesn't ring, the knocker, or it's just all chipped and it's just like that is representing energetically, it's one, what we feel we deserve, right? Two, things aren't working. It's like, are the opportunities, is the love, is everything getting into your home? Because if you can't even get your own key in the door, what is that saying, right? So clearing out the front door, freshly painting it, getting a fresh ringer or knocker or whatever it needs, and something that really represents and that is symbolic of who and where you're going, so, and that feels that it's really in alignment. And, beloved, what I want to say is you deserve a beautiful space to call home. right? We deserve that within our heart and our soul and our bodies, but we deserve that in our home. This is the time of hibernation. We're going inwards for the winter solstice. And of course, I'm the biggest advocate of being out in the forest, being out in nature, the mountains, or just out and receiving that beautiful energy that Mother Nature has to offer us. But in our homes, we want to, because especially in the winter months, we spend so much more time inside. So we really want to have it of a high vibration. It's the time of hibernation. And then we want to bring nature in. So another kind of health and wellness tip that I do is every morning when I get up, no matter what the weather is, whether it's windy or whether it's raining, because I feel like the elements of wind has this ability to just blow away all the cobwebs, anything that's no longer serving. The rain has the ability to cleanse and purify. The sun, oh gosh, I love opening everything up on that. So I wake up in the morning, I open up all the curtains, I open up all the windows, and I open my front door, and I just welcome in all that beautiful light that wants to come flowing to the house. And I just invite that anything that is above this old stagnant energy leave the home. And that is like a really important practice for me and my family. Like my children are involved with that as well. So that's another beautiful, simple tip. So get everything fixed in the home, like cracked windows, cracked mirrors, like definitely leaking taps and faucets, because they're representing like loss and blocked emotions and loss of finances and all these things that, of course, put a stress on us, which affect our health. So we really want to kind of invest in ourselves, invest in our home to get everything in good working order. The next thing that I would speak about is EMFs, electromagnetic fields. So for me personally, I turn off internet and everything in the house at night, right? So at least, at nighttime when we're sleeping is when our bodies rejuvenate and, heal, and just how important a good sound night's sleep is. So what really helps that is if there's not waves of EMFs, the internet and things like that flowing through our body. So I turn off everything. The phone gets turned off, the computers get turned off, and then everything gets charged up at the other end of the house, right? So as far away from the bedrooms as possible. I don't actually, even when the internet is on, have internet in my bedroom. So it is pretty far, which is that's a really positive thing if you sleep in a place where the internet doesn't reach, because that's good. However, you want to have your phone chargers and anything electric that's charging, laptops, everything as far away from the bedrooms as possible, right? And then as much as possible, go without our phones on us. When you go out into nature and, don't wear it on you, don't wear your phone like closely on you. So be mindful of the EMFs when it comes to in our home, right? So that's the next thing. And then bringing in nature, like I have plants in every single room of my house. Like they represent growth, they represent expansion, healing, nourishment. They take away the carbon dioxide, they bring out, all the oxygen. So plants, crystals, high vibration crystals, like bringing crystals throughout our home, having flowing water, letting the natural sunlight, the more of we can connect our homes with nature, the rhythms of nature, that's going to be amazing for our health. And then creating, this is so, so important, and you deserve it, beloved. I'm just going to keep saying that. A home that has all that you need, want, desire, that lifts your vibration up. Because I'm just going to tell you, I've been in and out of, I think, over 30,000, worked with over 30,000 clients over the last 20 years. And the amount of homes that I've gone in and out of where people have all these guest bedrooms and they leave them as guest bedrooms, but what they want more than anything is to have a home that where they've got like an art room or dance room, and instead they just leave it empty except for a week or two in the year when visitors come. So here's my invitation to you, is create the sacred space for you and your family, whoever is in the home with you. Create how you all want to live your life. So if you have a room that's set up as a guest room, what is it you want? A meditation yoga room, an art room, a dance room, whatever it is, create that beautiful sacred space for you. Or maybe it's just an area in a room, something that represents your soul, your heart, but like self-care, right? So, if you want to eat healthier, look at your kitchen, clear out the cabinets, bring fresh fruit, have herbs growing in on the kitchen, like where you go in and you smell mint and you smell rosemary and sage and like all these things that lift your vibration. Have a beautiful fresh bowl of vegetables and fruit like that, like set up your home in such a way of that, how you want to live your life, right? If it's you want to work out, you want a Pilates room, you want an infrared sauna, whatever it is that really supports self-care for you and your family, and also that which represents joy. And so if you love to dance and sing around the house, and it would be supportive for you to be able to play your music in the way that you love with speakers, like whatever it is that makes you happy, bring it into the space. So I feel like the last tip that I'd love to leave you with is look around your home, and does everything that's there bring you joy? Does the colors on the wall feed your soul? Does the artwork represent who you are and where you want to go? And does it uplift you? Does like basically nothing should be in your home unless it like feeds you on every level. And then I know I said that was the last tip, but I did want to say is, we are in the dark time of the year, right? We are in that inward, that where we really want to reflect, we want to hibernate, and it's cold. So what we want to do is we want to make our home as cozy and as comfortable and as nurturing. So like bring in all the warm earth tones, like the browns and the warm orange colors, or even the yellows, the warm yellow tones that bring in that element of sun, of warmth, and like have more throws. You can throw them on, or maybe it means you have a lovely pair of slippers and a beautiful dressing gown that feels really nurturing for you, and you like more candles that bring in that warmth. So just create that beautiful sacred container for yourself. So it was beautiful being here with you, lovies. So I am sending so much love and blessings your way. Thank you.